The neutrals, who reside on the edge of the Acheron, are the souls of the uncommitted who lived for themselves and of the angels who were not rebellious against God nor faithful to Satan. Neither heaven nor hell would have them, so they must remain with the selfish, forever running behind a blank banner and eternally stung by horseflies and wasps. In Limbo, also known as the first circle of hell, you'll find unbaptized babies and the virtuous pagans, who, though not sinful, did not accept Christ. The poets Homer, Horace, Ovid, and Lucian, Cicero, Hippocrates, the philosophers Socrates and Aristotle, and many others, including Julius Caesar, reside here. Beyond the first circle, all of those condemned for active, deliberately willed sin are judged by Minos, who sentences each soul to one of the lower 8 circles by wrapping his tail around himself a corresponding number of times. In the second circle of hell are those overcome by lust. The souls here are the first ones to be truly punished in hell. These souls are blown about to and fro by the terrible winds of a violent storm without a hope of rest. This symbolizes the power of lust to blow one about needlessly and aimlessly. In this circle you will find Dido, Cleopatra, Helen of Troy, Achilles, Paris, Tristan, and many others who were overcome by sensual love during their life. Cleopatra is the ruler of this circle and trashes her souls in a giant tornado. The third circle of hell is the circle of gluttony. The great worm Cerberus guards this circle and the gluttons, who are forced to lie in a vile slush produced by a ceaseless foul rain. A glutton's punishment is a reversal of the sin. Instead of sitting pretty and eating lavishly, they are made to lie and consume the foul slush. In the fourth circle of hell, you'll find those whose attitude towards material goods deviated from the appropriate and are being punished. They include the avaricious or miserly, including many clergymen, popes, and cardinals who hoarded possessions, and the prodigal who squandered them. The guarded figure, Plutus, the Greek god of wealth, resides here. The wasters and hoarders are made to roll enormous weights at one another. Wasters shout, "Why do you hoard?" Hoarders shout, "Why do you waste?" The sullen and the wrathful inhabit the fifth circle of hell. In the swamp-like water of the river Styx, the wrathful fight each other on the surface, and the sullen lie gurgling beneath the water, withdrawn into a black sulkiness, which can find no joy in God or man or the universe. The lower parts of hell are contained within the walls of the city of Dis, which is itself surrounded by the Stygian marsh. Punished within Dis are active rather than passive sins. The walls of Dis are guarded by fallen angels. In this horrid river, those awash with anger drown over and over again. The sixth circle is the circle of heresy. In this circle, heretics, such as Epicureans who say that the soul dies with the body, are trapped in flaming tombs. This circle also includes self-worshipping priests. The seventh circle houses the violent. Its entry is guarded by the Minotaur, and it is divided into 3 rings. The outer ring. This ring houses the violent against people and property who are immersed in the Phlegethon, a river of boiling blood and fire, to a level consummated with their sin. Alexander the Great is immersed up to his eyebrows. The Centaurs, commanded by Chiron and Pholus, patrol the ring, shooting arrows into any sinners who emerge higher out of the river than each is allowed. The middle ring. In this ring are the suicides, the violent against self, who are transformed into gnarly thorny bushes and trees, which are fed on by the harpies. The trees are a metaphor for the state of mind in which suicide is committed. The suicides, unique among the dead, will not be bodily resurrected after the final judgment, having given their bodies away through suicide. Instead, they will maintain their bushy form, with their own corpses hanging from the thorny limbs. The inner ring. Here the violent against God, blasphemers, and the violent against nature, sodomites, and, as explained in the sixth circle, usurers, all reside in a desert of flaming sand with fiery flakes raining from the sky, a similar fate to Sodom and Gomorrah. The blasphemers lie on the sand, the usurers sit, and the sodomites wander about in groups. The 8th circle of hell is reserved to those who commit fraud. The last 2 circles of hell punish sins that involve conscious fraud or treachery. These circles can be reached only by descending a vast cliff. Geryon is an image of fraud, with his face appearing to be that of an honest man, the body of a beautifully covered wyvern, the furry paws of a lion, and a poisonous sting of a pointy snake-like tail. The fraudulent, those guilty of deliberate knowing evil, are located in a circle named evil pockets, divided into 10 pockets or ditches of stone, with bridges spanning the ditches. The 9th and final circle of hell is reserved for the treacherous. The 9th circle is ringed by classical and biblical giants who perhaps symbolize the pride and other spiritual flaws lying behind acts of treachery. The giants are standing on a ledge above the 9th circle of hell, so that from the pockets they are visible from the waist up. The traitors are distinguished from a merely fraudulent in that their acts are involved betraying a special relationship of some kind. There are 4 concentric zones or rounds of traitors corresponding in order of seriousness to betraying of family ties, betrayal of community ties, betrayal of guests, and betrayal of liege lords. In contrast to the popular image of hell as fiery, the traitors are frozen in a lake of ice known as Acidus, with each group encased in ice to progressively greater depths. Round 1 is called Cana, after Cain who killed his brother. Traitors to kindred are here immersed in the ice up to their faces, the place where shame can show itself. Mordred, who attacked his uncle/father, King Arthur, is one of the traitors here. Round 2 is named Antenor, after Antenor of Troy, who, according to medieval tradition, betrayed his city to the Greeks. Traitors to political entities, such as party, city, or country, are located here. Round 3 is named Ptolemaea, probably after Ptolemy, son of Abubus, who invited Simon and his sons to a banquet and then killed them. Traitors to their guests are punished here, lying supine in the ice which covers them except for their faces. They are punished more severely than the previous traitors, since the relationship to guests is an entirely voluntary one. Round 4 is named Judaica, after Judas Iscariot, Bible portrayer of Christ. Here are the traitors to their lords and benefactors. All of the sinners punished within are completely encapsulated in ice, distorted in all conceivable positions. In the very center of hell, condemned for committing the ultimate sin, personal treachery against God, is Satan. Satan is described as a giant, terrifying beast with 3 faces. Satan is waist deep in ice, weeping tears from his 6 eyes and beating his 6 wings as if trying to escape, although the icy wind that emanates only further ensures his imprisonment, as well as the others in the ring. His face has a mouth that chews on a prominent traitor, with Brutus and Cassius feet first in the left and right mouths respectively. These men were involved in the assassination of Julius Caesar, an act which represented the destruction of a unified Italy and the killing of a man who was divinely appointed to govern the world. In the central, most vicious mouth is Judas Iscariot, the namesake of Judaica and the betrayer of Jesus. Judas is administered the most horrifying torture of the 3 traitors, his head gnawed by Satan's mouth, and his back being forever skinned by Satan's claws. What is seen here is a perverted trinity. Satan is impotent, ignorant, and full of hate, in contrast to the all-powerful, all-knowing, and loving nature of God.